Before Amazon, before Costco, before big box chains ruled our cities, there were Canadian stores that defined shopping itself. From Eaton's Christmas windows to Zellers' red and white bargains, these places weren't just stores, they were memories. Generations of Canadians grew up shopping, eating, and working in these once beloved spots. But today, most are gone, leaving behind empty buildings and powerful nostalgia. So grab a Tim Hortons coffee, sit back, and let's travel back to the golden days of Canadian shopping as we revisit 10 lost Canadian stores only true Canadians remember. 1. Eaton's, the pride of Canada. Before Walmart or the Bay, there was Eaton's, the heart of Canadian retail for over 130 years. Founded in 1869 in Toronto, Eaton's wasn't just a store, it was a symbol of national identity. From its luxurious catalogs to its world-famous Christmas parades, Eaton's defined elegance and accessibility for generations. Families would visit just to marvel at the window displays or eat in the in-store restaurant. Sadly, by the late 1990s, competition and corporate missteps caused its fall. When Eaton's finally closed in 1999, it felt like the end of an era, a goodbye to Canada's store. Did your parents or grandparents ever shop at Eaton's? Tell us your favorite Eaton's memory in the comments. 2. Zellers, where the lowest price is the law. No list of lost Canadian stores is complete without Zellers. With its red logo, budget deals, and beloved in-store restaurant the Zellers Family Diner, this was Canada's answer to Kmart. Founded in 1931, Zellers became a household name across the country, especially in the 80s and 90s. It wasn't just about shopping, it was about community. Families spent Saturday mornings there, grabbing lunch after browsing the toy aisles. But by 2013, Zellers stores were bought out by Target, a move that failed spectacularly. Now, a few nostalgic pop-up locations have returned, giving Canadians a brief glimpse of the past. Who else remembers eating grilled cheese or fries at the Zellers diner? Drop a if you miss it. 3. Woolco, Walmart's Canadian predecessor. Before Walmart arrived in Canada, Woolco ruled the discount department scene. Opening in 1962, Woolco quickly became a family destination for everything from clothes to toys to electronics. The bright red logo, cheerful jingles, and bargain bins made it a staple of suburban life. In 1994, Walmart purchased most Woolco locations, instantly changing the Canadian shopping landscape forever. The transition was exciting for some but heartbreaking for those who grew up under Woolco's charm. For many, Woolco meant the smell of popcorn at the snack bar, the sound of shopping carts on tile, and the thrill of Saturday errands. Were you Team Woolco or Team Walmart back in the 90s? Let's settle this in the comments below. 4. Sears Canada, once a household name. For decades, Sears Canada was a trusted name in furniture, tools, and fashion. Its thick catalogs were legendary. Families flipped through them to plan Christmas gifts and dream about home upgrades. The brand stood for reliability, quality, and Canadian comfort. But as online shopping rose, Sears failed to keep up. By 2018, the last Sears store closed its doors, leaving thousands jobless and countless shoppers heartbroken. For many, it wasn't just a store, it was part of growing up. Even today, the name Sears sparks instant memories of mall trips and Christmas wish books. Did your family have the Sears Christmas catalog? Comment if you remember circling your favorite toys. 5. BiWay, Canada's dollar store before Dollarama. Before Dollarama took over, BiWay was the go-to spot for bargains. Founded in 1965, BiWay's simple black and yellow logo was a common sight in strip malls across the country. From socks and shampoo to school supplies, BiWay had it all, cheap, cheerful, and proudly Canadian. It wasn't fancy, but it was loved. Kids remember running in with their parents to grab last-minute snacks or deals before the weekend. Sadly, by 2001, BiWay closed its doors after years of financial trouble. Interestingly, there have been talks about bringing BiWay back, and many Canadians say they'd shop there again in a heartbeat. Who still remembers that black and yellow sign? Type BiWay forever in the comments if you do. 6. Tip-Top Tailors, Canada's men's fashion icon. Founded over a century ago, Tip-Top Tailors was the name Canadian men trusted for suits, ties, and formal wear. Its classic slogan, Well-dressed men shop at Tip Top, said it all. In the 1960s through 1990s, the brand symbolized confidence and craftsmanship. Even as styles changed, Tip Top remained a reliable choice for weddings, graduations, and job interviews. Though it still exists today, many remember its older stores for their polished displays and old-school personal service. Did someone in your family wear a Tip Top suit? 7. Radio Shack Canada, the tech treasure trove. Before Best Buy and Amazon gadgets, Radio Shack Canada was the ultimate destination for tech lovers. Founded in the 1970s, it sold everything from radios to early computers to DIY kits. Kids would spend hours exploring wires, walkie-talkies, and gadgets that made them feel like inventors. Eventually, Radio Shack Canada rebranded as The Source by Circuit City, but it never quite captured the same magic. The name change marked the end of an era for curious minds who loved tinkering and exploring electronics firsthand. Who else spent their childhood pressing every button at Radio Shack? Comment if you miss those gadget-filled aisles. 8. Blockbuster Canada. Be kind. Rewind. Friday nights in the 90s weren't complete without a trip to Blockbuster. Canadians lined up to grab the newest VHS or DVD, a bag of popcorn, and maybe a few late fees. It wasn't just renting movies. It was an event. Blockbuster's blue and yellow glow became part of suburban Canadian life. But by the 2010s, streaming services like Netflix made it obsolete. The last Blockbuster in Canada closed in 2011, leaving only memories of family movie nights and that sweet smell of plastic cases. What was the first movie you ever rented from Blockbuster? Share your nostalgic pick in the comments. 9. Consumers Distributing. The Catalog Store. Before online shopping, Consumers Distributing brought catalog shopping to real life. Shoppers would browse the in-store catalog, fill out an order slip, and wait for their purchase to be retrieved from the warehouse behind the counter. It was unique, efficient, and oddly satisfying, until retail trends changed in the 1990s, and consumers couldn't keep up. By 1996, the company closed all stores, leaving behind a legacy of simplicity and innovation. For many Canadians, it was their first taste of click and collect, decades before e-commerce existed. Did you ever fill out those little order slips? Comment if you remember the thrill of waiting for your item. 10. Sam the Record Man, Canada's music landmark. Before streaming and downloads, Canadians went to Sam the Record Man to discover music. Founded by Sam Snyderman in 1937, the store grew into a national icon, famous for its huge spinning red neon record signs on Toronto's Yonge Street. From the 1970s through the 1990s, Sam's was the place to browse vinyl, cassettes, and CDs, with friendly, knowledgeable staff who truly loved music. Fans lined up for autograph sessions, new releases, and rare imports, turning shopping into an experience. But as digital music rose, Sam's couldn't compete, and its stores gradually disappeared by the 2000s. Still, its legacy lives on, in memories of Saturday browsing, in the sound of flipping records, and in those glowing red signs that once defined downtown Toronto. Did you ever visit Sam the Record Man or remember its neon signs? These lost Canadian stores weren't just businesses, they were part of our lives. From Eaton's parades to Blockbuster nights, every one of them holds a piece of our shared nostalgia. As Canada changes, their memories remind us of simpler times, when shopping meant connection, not just convenience. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, hit like, subscribe, and share it with someone who remembers these stores too.